Monday morning, it's raining. Handbrake on, the bucket is on the floor, it can't go anywhere. We are now weighing OSR out of one corner of the shed into the other corner of the shed. It's been through the dryer, so we get a moisture loss. So we need to know the exact weight, because it's quite expensive stuff per tonne. It's about £450 a tonne at the moment. So we need to make sure that we when we put it into store, know the exact weight so that we know who owns it. So all that pile's ours. This is ours and other farmers mixed together. But everything gets weighed before it's fit. So Rob's just tipping the load now with the 17 foot. Bit of Hereford OSR just turned up. The steps so we can sample it. All the flea beetles there trying to escape. Just sampling it now. Another load of wet OSR turned up. This is what we're going to be doing this week, drying other people's stuff now. Whatever you do, don't scratch it or it'll cry. Another load off to get weighed, only probably one left. We've sided up that corner as well, because that wet bay is now full. More wet stuff has just arrived, that's going in there. We're just going to have to fill all this end with wet stuff, put it through the dryer when we're next on OSR. Trailers of grain and trucks everywhere. I'll just move this out of the way, get that one weighed. He's getting loaded with barley that we dried last week. He's tipping off wet OSR. Fuel's just been delivered. Next time I tell them there's no hurry. I'm not going to say that, because when it comes dry and we fill everything up, we empty the tank. So next time I'm going to be like, yeah, we've run out, even though we might not have done. This summer we've definitely spent more time moving grain, handling grain, drying grain, brushing up than we have actually combining. Raining and the fan belts have gone, or drive belts have gone on this mower. So I'm just wrapping some string round now to measure it. And I'll go with the engineering shop and hopefully get some belts for it. Trusty piece of string, hopefully worked. I think they're the right size belts. We are dead lucky to have. Can you see it? No, maybe not. Engineering service is literally 3 or 4 minutes away from the yard for stuff like this. Think they're right belts. Need to take it to the workshop, slack it off and move it. That tyre's flat. Hopefully this tractor that's stashed in the shed there on top of a pile of barley, hopefully has got an air line in it that will fit into a brake coupling, and then we can blow it up somewhere. There it is. That'll do. Back out a bit and then we can do it. Smells of black lab in here. That's plugged in there. Is it going to reach though? Yeah, it should just reach. So handy having air compressors on tractors. So slacken these off. That's a bit rubbish, that nut. Might change that for a new one. Slacken that off, and then hopefully then this should wind over, unless I need to slacken that gearbox, and the belts will fit on. Unless I've got slightly the wrong size. So despite me stretching the string and then stretching it round them, it's just probably one size too small. Don't know how that's happened. Must be measured the outer, not the inner maybe, and the string sat in the bottom of the pulling at the top. Don't know. Turning into a big job this. They've only got one in stock, so it means I'll have to come back tomorrow unless they drop it off. I won't mind, we didn't even break them. I lent it to someone, they borrowed it and brought it back broken. This bracket was also cracked on the mower, so I've just ground it down, took the paint off, just going to weld it on now. The welder click to the vise. Probably wreck the thread inside, but never mind. Some smart ass will probably put that in the comments. That should do. This is why we have a puddle outside the workshop. So you don't get this in a dry summer. Cool that down now. Dead quick birthday bum today. Lewis Porter, 1 week. Carl Gray, 55. Michael Attack, 59. Mark Layton, Alex Tyrrell. It's on there, £41,661. Happy birthday, everyone on there, and anyone else whose birthday is today. Before I forget, hello to the guy that messaged me that works for Wessex. In fact, a little bit of market research. That bracket cracked, so I've welded it, but I can't put it on because it catches that bolt until I've moved the gearbox back when I put the belts on and tighten everything up, which is really annoying because I thought I'd do that while I was waiting. And I can't put that back together until I get the other belt for this side. The other thing I've just realised is 2 pins, and to take the PTO shaft off, you just lift this hatch up here, which is quite handy. You could put a brush on that, a bit like the little Solace. And obviously being rear wheel steer, it'd be dead manoeuvrable. But I suppose the Solace though, you can kind of like put a full lock on and like sweep on an angle. Whereas, I don't know, maybe we should try it. Maybe we should make a bracket up so we could have the brush on that, because it could be quite handy. We really do need to sell them other road sweepers though, because there's 3 or 4 dead ones across the road. Just like that's dead, because we've been charging the batteries up on it and we're not putting them back on to move that. That's been there since the fertiliser got delivered 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we need to get that undercover really, because it lived undercover most of its life, but it's been abandoned. Straw. So this straw we obviously baled yesterday, made up that we managed to get it pretty dry. Just the last few bales was damping a bit, but we can grade it and sort them out. Now, has the price gone up yet or not? I believe it has, because people are just simply chopping it. If you want to drill OSR, you can't afford to drop this out the back of your combine, wait a day or 2 for it to dry off. That is one of the most asked questions. Why don't we bale it behind the combine? You don't get the day. It's once a year in the summer in the northwest. The corn will be dry and the straw will be dry straight out the back. Most of the time it's damp or sappy and we can't do it. But Dad was talking to my uncle. Apparently a guy does a lot of straw. Someone's cancelled 1,000 acres of straw because he said we can't afford to wait to be held up by waiting for the balers and the fields cleared. Talking to another guy, well, in fact Martin, everyone knows Martin from the combine run, and a guy near him had sold some straw in an auction. He's given everyone a refund to not take the straw off the field, and he's going to turn his chopper on because he doesn't want the mess that the balers will make now the ground's got so wet. So if you've not bought your straw, I think it's time you started ordering straw if you need it for your livestock. I will store as much as I can, because I feel that come next winter there's going to be a demand for it more than there is normally at harvest, so I can then obviously get a better price for it. Because if I've gone to the cost of baling it, I need that extra 10 or 20 pound a tonne that you'll get for carrying it over the winter to pay for the cost, especially if we've turned it. This straw was tedded twice and rolled over 3-4 times. That costs money. It didn't just fall out the back of the combine and get scooped up a day or so later. You know, we had to do something with it. Every summer the straw market resets for some reason. It used to be like a market price established at auctions. There's no auctions left now, so the merchants talk it down, fill the sheds up, and then talk it back up in the winter. But I think it needs to start going up in the summer now, because you know we've never had a July like this. It is the wettest July we have ever had, and it's the last day today, and it's pretty much rained all day. Just going to check that there's no scratches on this, otherwise Andrew will be crying after it was moved before with a strap. It's really dusty as well, but the rain's washed it clean because it's been in the shed since it arrived. Despite the constant rain, the flood water has subsided. That's the pump inlet now. I don't know whether the OSR straw's floated off. It must have gone through the pump because I can't see any. Or it's all stuck in the brambles, but I can't even see it in there. But there was definitely a lot in there the other day, and obviously there's still this pile in the corner of the field. Don't know whether we try and row it up and bale it when it eventually dries. It's going to take some drying because it's a fair depth. Size of that slug, stand next to it for scale. Another one there. They love OSR. Forgot, I missed Tony Hall off the birthday bumper. He's 62 years old, 5 months and 15 days. And also good luck to his daughter Lucy, who's off travelling to Kenya with young farmers. Before I forget as well, these hoodies will be out soon. Also, while I was talking about young farmers, who's going to the Cheshire Young Farmers Summer Ball? Because a few of us that did the combine run are thinking that we might go. Yeah, let us know in the comments if you're going. Drying floors on barley, that one's on wheat. Some barley in there. I would reckon it's safe to say that the dryer and the drying floors this year are safely going to clock up more hours this summer than the combine and all the tractors combined, because it's pretty much going to be running all the time. Some of this has gone out today, which has given us a bit of room, which is handy as well. But yeah, just struggling through with the last of the barley now. Well, from a very wet July 31st, hopefully August is better despite what the weather forecast says. That's it for today. Summertime, as you can see. Thanks for watching. Let us know how you're feeling. I'm 75%. Rain's really getting me down. How are you? Let us know in the comments. Don't be lazy. Everyone put it in. And I'll see you tomorrow.